Happy New Year, everybody! Happy New Year, Happy New Year. It is 2023. It is January 3rd, a Tuesday, in the year 2023, which I think sounds amazing. I wrote it on a piece of paper for the first time, like writing the date. I wrote like 1/1/23. Thought to myself, yeah, that's good. I like that. I took a little bit of time off of YouTube. Personal life was going haywire, but was still really regular on the podcast. So if you didn't know, I'm the host of the Lexie podcast, and that goes up every week. But then I came back to YouTube last week with not one, but two videos. I ranked the worst books I read this year and the top and best books that I read this year. So if you're interested in booktube, book talk, book content, go watch those. However, I understand that not everyone follows me for book recommendations, which is why I wanted to start the year off right with a weird series video, which is my favorite series. Weird stands for what I've been wearing, eating, impressed by, reading, downloading, and doing. However, there's so much more, and I think I'm going to change it up, and I don't think I'm going to call it weird anymore because I have beauty and I have wellness, and I wasn't going to include reading because I did 2 entire videos about it. The only book video I could think of doing in addition to the best and worst books would be ranking all of them, but I don't know. There's just some that fell in the middle. I'm sure I'll reference them at other times. I do want to spend a little bit more time creating book content this year, so if you have any recommendations, I would love that. I really like YouTube because when I was taking a break, I was only on Instagram and TikTok, which I love them both, but this is my heart, you know? In this video, I begin with a makeup tutorial showing you how I create this look. I also go over my favorite journals that I use and my favorite journal prompts. What else do I talk about? My favorite shoes, handbags, favorite wellness products. I'm very into the wellness products. So without further ado, let's get into the Lexie Lombard New Year's Favorites Extravaganza. Clothes is gonna be no surprise. This is absolutely my favorite piece that I've purchased all year. It's a linen nightgown that I found at the flea. And it's falling apart. You can see that one string is incredibly long. There's not a string on the other side. It's missing a button, but I love it so, so much. Also, I want you to pay attention to the magic that's happening on my face right now. I don't know what the lighting is like. Let's see if I can move the exposure a little bit. Okay, or down. Do you see the glow that I'm getting from this product? This is the incredibly popular Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter, and I didn't purchase it for a long time, so long so that when I did purchase it, they only had the mini version left because it's constantly sold out. Popping into brag, look at what I'm holding. Yes, that's correct. This is a Hollywood Flawless Filter in its full size. Thank you so much, Charlotte Tilbury, for opening a brick and mortar in the Grove. I held off on purchasing it for a long time because it wasn't a foundation, it wasn't a primer, it didn't really fall into a category, therefore I thought it was a bit of a frivolous purchase and wasn't needed. Just because it doesn't fit into a category doesn't mean it's not worth it. It means that the world hasn't seen something like this before. Okay, so I love Supergoop Glow Screen. This is Glow Screen's bougie older cousin that knows what she's doing. It evens out my skin tone and gives me a glow. I mean, by all means, I could truly just stop here and this would be completely fine. And I don't need any more makeup. I love it, I love it. The next product I'm gonna use is also very popular online. It's the Super Serum Skin Tint from Ilia. Ilia is a clean beauty brand. And I don't need a lot because my skin is thriving. I'm just gonna put a little bit here, and if I am breaking out, I use Ilia's concealer. But having the Flawless Filter underneath this, are you kidding? My skin looks so good. Wow, this feels like, it's so nice to be back on YouTube. Just a little bit of brow. And then blush. Okay. My 3 favorite products in terms of makeup this year have been these 3. The Skin Tint, the Flawless Filter, and this cream blush from Milk Makeup in the color Infinity. Look at it. Okay. It's so subtle. Oh my god, I love it. It's so natural. It gives such a nice blush. I'll add some to my lips. It's such a nice color. Absolutely the 3 best discoveries I've made all year. So now I'm gonna put on mascara, bronzer, do the rest. Also, everything that I mentioned I'll have a link for. That way you can shop and try to get some stuff to start 2023 off right. My favorite highlighter, also Charlotte Tilbury. I love this one. Oh, I probably shouldn't have used that finger because that had the blush on it. But I just apply it to my nose and the tip. Just the tip. And then I'll bring it kind of to the center of my cheeks because I really want like the apples of my cheeks to have the shine, and then I want the back of my cheeks to have the color. That's my preference. Okay, love my makeup this year. It's been really easy, glowy. I have gone through 6 journals this year, and my absolute favorite notebooks to get are from Muji. They are super thin, and I accidentally just bought a blank one with blank pages, but typically I prefer to get lined. I love, love, love journaling, and I wanted to give you some of my favorite journal prompts as of recently. Do you hear? Bentley is here in LA. My dad and my grandma are visiting and spending Christmas with me. That means you got to come. Oh, I love you so much. This dog is... You're my soul sister. Journal prompts. Okay, one that I did recently that I really liked was a list of things and people I was jealous of, and that was really interesting because jealousy is a signal, you know? It shows where your desire lies. It's really nice to just see all of the things that ultimately you admire or envy in someone because it indicates what you want. And a lot of us have trouble figuring out what we want. And a great way to figure it out is to see who and what you're jealous of. Another one that I loved recently was during just a morning train of thought, what rules I have for myself and what I follow because I might benefit from a bit of a routine. So I was evaluating what rules I keep for myself, and I have always enjoyed knowing the rules. I like knowing the rules so I can choose which I want to follow and which I want to break. But if I make the rules, it's not fun to follow or break them, and I was having trouble with that. But it's interesting to see the type of demands that you keep on yourself, like the routines and disciplines that you have. That was eye-opening for me. Let's see, what else have I done? We'll just do like little drawings, little random doodles. I have written down, I talked to a psychic from Keen, which is an online psychic, and I spoke with someone on the phone for maybe like 15-20 minutes, and she was telling me, these are my different notes. I went in with some questions, and this is funny, I've spoken to 2 psychics recently, and 3, and all of them have said, are you moving? And I've said I've already moved. I moved here. And they're like, are you renting? This particular psychic asked if I'm renting or if I own. And I said I'm a renter. And she's like, not next year. I'm not seeing that. You're definitely going to be in a house. And another psychic said that they don't see me living in this apartment. They see me with a house. And I love my apartment. That would have been one of my favorites, is one of my favorites for this year. Finding this apartment in Los Angeles. I began the year in New York City. I'm here now. I think one of my first questions was, in what area of my life do I have blocks? Where are my walls? And where is my energy best suited at this time? And she told me I have very clean energy, which I was so flattered. Yes? Do you think I have very clean energy? I think you have very clean energy. Other things this psychic said is to not get in my own way. I'm guilty of that, for sure. I definitely get in my own way. I see joy, and then I'm afraid to sometimes. What? Sometimes. What? I'm so happy you're here. But I need to not get in my own way, and as I was saying is that sometimes I'll see joy or success in the future, even the near future, and then I create obstacles that weren't there because I don't believe the path can be easy, so I make it hard for myself, but that's just me getting in my own way. Try not to be overbearing, don't repeat the same patterns, and then just some manifesting tips. If you guys want to speak to a keen psychic, they're sponsoring today's video, and I have a coupon code that you guys can use to get a little discount and speak to someone and see, you know, it's always fun. It's nice to see what someone else might see for your future. And they're never gonna tell you anything super scary, so don't be afraid. It's fun and it can be kind of motivating. So I will have that information down below. Also, if you're speaking to a psychic, have some questions in mind. Just do a little digging, look through your recent journal entries, see what you're pondering about. Ironically enough, the psychic also said that my spiritual practice, the way that for a lot of people it can be meditating or, you know, candle work, things like that, mine is discipline and routine. Eating, sleeping, time, fitness, those sort of things, which I really align with. How me having a little bit of mental structure, for myself is actually a spiritual practice. I highly recommend getting yourself a journal, and the way that I've journaled at least for the past, I don't know, maybe 5 years or so, is that I just have one journal at a time. My diary entries, my to-do list, my video ideas, my doodles, my anything goes in the book, and then once the pages are filled up, we get another one and repeat the process. However, now that I'm really in a good routine with journaling, I'm thinking for next year I'm gonna have a planner. Maybe I'll have a planner and a diary, so I'll keep dreamy stuff in one section and making the dreams reality in another section, something like that. Welcome to my kitchen. I have a handful of products surrounding the camera frame of things that I really rely on for either mood, energy, function. I'm no doctor, I'm just a person existing, and these are some of my faves. The first thing are mushroom tinctures. I really believe mushrooms are going to be the future. They're only going to get more and more popular. The more that we learn about mushrooms, the more that we understand how much we are related to them and have in common with them and how beneficial that they can be. I have 3 different tinctures. One is for energy, one is for immune support, and one is for brain power. They have so many more. I don't want to overwhelm you. The one that I use the most and the one that I have the most immediate results for is the lion's mane. This helps with brain power, and I don't think it tastes good at all. You know, I add about 3 or 4 of these into a tiny bit of water and I swirl it around and take it like a shot. There's so much more that I could talk about mushrooms. This is just a very wide variety favorites videos, things that I couldn't have imagined not having by my side this year. The next is more for the afternoon or the evening, and this is Gold's Calm Drink. They're like little Crystal Light packets that have magnesium and lemon balm in them. I have individual packets as well as a package where you can just spoonful it out. I used to think that when I was halfway through the day and I needed a little extra boost that I needed more caffeine, when in reality, I just needed to chill a little bit. I didn't need something that was going to spike any sort of anxious part of me. I needed something that was going to level me out, keep me calm and collected, and help me finish the day or wind down for the night. Magnesium is fantastic for sleep. This is tried and true. And like, not to get too personal in this particular section, but when I had just lost my mom and it was the first like few months following it last year, I heavily relied on not only those, but any sort of CBD. My favorite brands are Winged Wellness and Equilibria. I'm all out of everything I need to repurchase and re-up. The only thing I have left is their CBD drops that you can add into water. My favorite is the tinctures that you just put under your tongue and hold it. I would take those multiple times a day, like every afternoon and every evening, and now I take it in the evenings to help with sleep. So good. Then this one is a recommendation from your grandma, but get yourself a pill case. If you're taking supplements, if you're taking prescription medication, it's most effective when you're taking it every day around the same time ideally, and this way I never miss it, and also I'm able to remember what I have and haven't taken for the day because it will either be in its day or it won't be. These are $2 at the grocery store. It's well worth it. This Go Macro bar, it's the only flavor I like. It's the double chocolate peanut butter chip. It's one of the hardest to find in my opinion, but I love this. If I'm short on time for whatever reason, if I don't have time to eat something proper before a workout, I'll eat this. I keep one of these in my purse nearly all the time. So good. Also, coconut water. The only one I like is Harmless Harvest. And then last is my favorite milk at the moment. I thought coconut milk was you know, until I tried this Califia Farms toasted coconut. And it has, I've never looked at the ingredients. I didn't know this is an almond milk blend. It's probably why I like it, because I like almond milk, but sometimes it's too watery. Which is why I like soy milk, but that's apparently a very controversial thing to say in 2022. I think I'm the only person left out here at Starbucks ordering soy lattes. This is really tasty, and my favorite way to have this is with tea. So if I'm making an Earl Grey or English breakfast tea or something, I think this just pairs with it super nicely. And those are my favorite things from my kitchen. Look at this lovely collection. Look at my gorgeous little bar cart. Best gift that I received all year, it's a tie. It's a tie between this piece of art by Nina Turner or this desk from my friend Caroline. It's a refurbished 1920s vanity. Both are fabulous, but let's go to my closet. Best shoes of the year, easily my cherry red Doc Martens. They look black, but if you actually take a closer look, there is red in them. I wear them with jeans and white socks. I wear them with long maxi skirts. I wear them with shorts and white socks. I love wearing these with denim. I love wearing these with trousers. I love wearing them with mini skirts, high socks, something really billowy. Anything that you would typically wear sneakers with, wear these instead and you suddenly look more put together and more expensive. My favorite sunglasses of this year and last come in a 2-pack on Amazon. They come in black and a tortoise color. These are the tortoise ones. I've repurchased them 3 times. It's nice because they're a great shape, but I'm not very responsible with the sunglasses. I break them, I lose them constantly. So I like that my favorite pair are affordable. Also, turning you back around, this lamp that I have on this desk, you tap it to turn on and there's 3 different settings. And I found this on Amazon. It's like a pub lamp and I love it, and I haven't seen anyone with it. And it's really good, so wanted to pass along that recommendation. It's new. I've only had it for maybe a month or 2, but love it. The 2 best bags of the year. This one I got secondhand. This one is from the designer, still available for purchase. I love this. If you're in LA, there is a place called the Bearded Beagle in Highland Park. There's also one in Los Feliz. Found this here. The brand is Fragile by XOXO, and then I wear this with just about everything. Similar to my loafers, this is the only bag that I brought with me on a 2.5-week trip. Went with everything. Then this darling little silk bucket bag with a drawstring. This I love because so many mini purses, this is a bad shirt to use as an example, don't have straps long enough, and I love that this can hang underneath my arm and I don't need to just have it in the crook of my elbow or hold it like this. I like that I can actually have this hang. Let's talk downloads. Let's talk phone games. Let's talk apps. Something about me is I love a game. I really do. I still play Wordle almost every single day. and I subscribe to the crossword app from the New York Times. And I play not only, you can see, I play Wordle nearly every single day. I do the daily mini crossword nearly every single day, and I'm attempting to do the daily crossword, the like proper size crossword. My grandma is a huge fan of it, and she does it really consistently. And I didn't know this until she told me that they get harder throughout the week. So I'm able to get Mondays and probably Tuesdays, but towards Thursday, Friday, Saturday, they get really difficult for me. And then my favorite game as of right now is called Spelling Bee. Spelling Bee is a game of coming up with words. They have to be at least 4 letters, and they all have to include the middle letter. So every word that I come up with has to have an A in it. I only tried briefly today. So I have baby, brat, tray, burrata, and tuba. And I get very, very competitive with it. And then you can check your stats from yesterday. And this is like part of my daily routine, doing at least these 3. And we'll see if this becomes part of it. What other apps do I use? TikTok, ClassPass. This is what I talk to my team on. Storygraph. People always ask for my Goodreads. And wait, can you see we have to go to 2022. You can see that I accomplished my 2022 reading goal. I read 22 books in 2022. Go me. Beautiful. Now I want to give you a list of the type of videos that I want to create, and you can let me know in the comments which one you're most excited about, which one you would be most excited to click on. More book content. I want to do a reflection of my last year because I went into last year wanting to heal rather than achieve. I wasn't thinking career goals, big milestones, but a lot of inner healing. And I want to go over what that looks like for me and the change that I've made. I also would love to make some sort of organizational habits video, organization/habits video, because I'm learning that I have quite a lot of organization that I follow and little tips and things. I mean, who's to say that these are going to be on YouTube? I'm just giving ideas. Best purchases, worst purchases, most worn outfits, favorite pieces from my closet, an apartment tour, a bedroom tour. You let me know if any of these strike your interest, and if you want to find me outside of YouTube, I'm on Instagram and TikTok. I also have a podcast. Other than that, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you later. XOXO, Lexie.